Hey you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Do you want to make a difference? I know how you can make a positive impact, not just for yourself, but for your friends, family, and even strangers. Do you want to make a difference for generations to come? I know it's in you to solve problems, find a fix, or even improve what already exists. So come on, let's start now. All it takes is a few baby steps, simple and easy. But don't be fooled, those steps will be impactful, and might I say contagious? Here's your starting point, the 3 R's. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. Yeah, it's just that easy. I'm going to explain to you what the 3 R's stand for, how and why you can implement them, and historical evidence to show just how much difference can be made by reducing, reusing, and recycling. Beginning with reduce. It means to cut back or use fewer resources than you currently are using. This is a great starting point to better our environment. Cutting back doesn't have to be drastic, but you're really going to need to make yourself more aware of the quality and quantity of your purchases. This is where splurging is justified, because you're not going to have to replace this item frequently. It's going to be durable and useful, and you're going to like how it looks. The Natural Resource Defense Council, which can be found on nrdc.org, has a few tips, such as buying products from post-consumer recycled materials, such as toilet paper. Also, buy local products as there's less energy consumed when transporting the item. Just another reason to support Small Business Saturday, right? And finally, cut back on your water usage at home. A simple reduction is shutting the water faucet off while you're brushing your teeth. Another option is to invest in a new high-efficiency washing machine. I don't know about your home, but my machine is constantly running, which only magnified the impact that making the switch had on my monthly water bill. According to homewaterworks.org, a family of 4 using an old washer goes through about 12,000 gallons of water annually, just on laundry. By upgrading to a new high-efficiency washing machine, that number can be cut in half to 6,000 gallons of water annually. Not only will you be reducing your water usage, but the extra cost of purchasing a new machine will be paid for in the savings from your water bill. Moving on to reuse, meaning to maximize the life of a product. This could be reusing the item for the same purpose, such as this reusable shopping bag that you can find anywhere, gift stores, shopping markets, for just right around $1. You can use them numerous times. An important note when using these types of bags, though, is that you have to wash them and store them properly to avoid growing some pretty nasty bacteria. This is an important argument because implementing reusable shopping bags is discarded, and it's so much easier to just go get a plastic bag and not have to deal with it. But you're already doing laundry, so just throw it in there, right? Another example is to donate an old cell phone so that it can be reused by someone else. Running with this concept of reusing is to repurpose an item. My favorite. This could be using an old envelope as scrap paper, storing makeup brushes in old jam jars, or making coasters out of wine corks. If you get into a rut, check online for ideas. Websites like Pinterest, Google, or even Etsy can inspire you, so you can breathe new life into old items and give a whole new use to them. You can repurpose old t-shirts into quilts, headbands, and even those reusable shopping bags. And I know all of you probably have a whole bunch of old t-shirts that you haven't worn in quite a while that are just taking up space in your closet. I do. Pallet furniture is popular here in the Midwest. That's where wooden pallets that are typically free are taken apart, sanded, stained, and reassembled to create chairs, tables, bed frames, and even decorative wall coverings. Not only did you help the environment by reusing an item, but you saved money by repurposing an inexpensive or free product. You need to do your homework when repurposing an item, because there just might be a reason it wasn't used for whatever purpose you're using it for in the first place, such as eating off of or heating and chilling to extreme temperatures. There is a community found at reuseitnetwork.org that focuses on rehoming and reusing items. This network focuses on reducing the amount of reusable items that make it into the landfill when they still have plenty of life left in them. The saying goes, one man's junk is another man's treasure. This network is a resource that connects users with others looking to reuse items free of charge. Reusing items may be an obligation to some and a creative outlet for others. By reusing and maximizing the life of a product, the ever-growing area of landfill mass will slow, along with any other negative effects that garbage has, also known as municipal solid waste, and what it has on the land, water, and air qualities, which is not only important for our generation, but for generations to follow. Finally, the third R is recycling. Recycling is rerouting useful material like paper, glass, plastic, and metals from the garbage so that they can be used to make new products. On a local level, there are places to take your recyclable goods, such as a scrapyard for metal products, grocery stores collect used plastic shopping bags, and shredding companies come to businesses to collect bins of discarded paper to shred and recycle. Here in my small town, the local Boy Scout troop has areas designated to donate aluminum cans. Recycling will take more effort on your behalf, but you want it to make a difference, right? Some of these businesses pay you for your recyclable goods, while others charge for their services. Many of these materials are melted down and reformed or reshaped to create a similar product, like soda bottles. They can also be sanitized and reused as is. Recycling reduces the amount of waste sent to landfills. Pollution is reduced or eliminated because the need to collect new raw materials is cut down, and recycling helps sustain the environment. Something I want you to think about is your garbage, your waste, whatever you drag to the curb on a weekly basis. Do you reduce, reuse, or recycle? Are you doing your part to keep our environment healthy? I've touched a few times on municipal solid waste and landfills, so here are some facts from the United States Environmental Protection Agency that reinforce the difference you make every time you choose to implement the 3 R's. In 2012, recycling and composting prevented 86.6 million tons of material from being disposed in landfills. Composting is the process of yard and garden debris along with kitchen scraps and other organic materials breaking down, creating rich soil. Over 95% of food waste that could easily have been composted ends up in landfills. That's a waste. Now, I understand that a compost pile can smell pretty gnarly, and that is one reason to not create one, right? Well, no. Another option is to move it further out on your property, or see if a neighbor has an existing compost pile that you can donate yours to. Back to garbage. Also found on EPA.gov, every year, Americans create 251 million tons of trash, and 164 million tons of that ends up in landfills or incinerators. Now that I've explained to you what the 3 R's stand for, how and why you can implement them, and historical evidence of just how much difference has been made so far by reducing, reusing, and recycling, the choice is yours. Will you make a positive impact on our environment, or will you continue to mindlessly add to landfills? Are you capable of identifying a few areas to start making a change? Of course you are. Everyone can and everyone should. It's completely worth the extra effort to live in a clean environment, breathe clean air, and drink clean water, and have nutritious soil to grow food. I want you to assess your choices and weigh the pros and cons to find what works for you and your lifestyle. Even the smallest change can make a difference. Now I'll leave you with the wise words of Gandhi. You must be the change you wish to see in the world. Thank you.